friend of mine sent me a Gene Simmons interview, and I'm thinking, well, why bother, because I've heard every interview, it's all the same. Well, this one is a little different. It's actually really good, and I learned a few things, and just putting it out there. Billy Corgan was the best interviewer for Gene, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone interview him so well. Was Kiss really good? And you think Gene has all this confidence. He really doesn't, as far as being a great musician. He was pretty humble. And I liked the way Billy asked him about, he specifically brought up the song Ladies' Room. And I've talked about that one in the past, as a kid, thinking, why would he want to meet her in the bathroom? That was always my thought as a kid listening to it. But actually, it was about meet me in the ladies' room, MEAT. See, there was a sexual part of it that I guess they didn't further it a little bit, but just a little touch of that, which I think is okay to do. But then he brought up, but it didn't work out for Burn Bitch Burn. I'm going to put the log in your fireplace. And he talked about, you can obviously see that he's very much influenced by the fans and what they have to say when they don't like something. And I loved it. I don't usually like it when interviewers interrupts the guest. I don't think that's cool. But in this instance, I think it was the right thing to do. Because you know how Gene can go off on that trail of we're the band we never saw, and he says the same kind of things all the time, and maybe he's used to that, but got some real good answers, especially about his former bandmates. First of all, I was surprised how nice he was about Peter and Ace. He was a lot kinder to Ace, for sure, about how important he was, and he didn't really get on the whole drug thing and all that, but you could definitely see that he was a little kinder, not so much towards Peter, and I didn't realize that the drums, if you're a drummer, you're not a musician. That's another thing I learned. And I didn't realize that when Wicked Lester didn't work out, that Paul was the one that hung around and said, well, what are you doing next? They might not be the best of friends nor get along, but they certainly had the same mindset. And I have no problem with Gene being a salesman or whatever. Who cares? He's got the right to do that. And that's what this country is made on, So I think it was a great interview. And I think if you're a Kiss fan, you should definitely listen to it, because he does find fault with himself. And there is some humility, and he makes mistakes and things like that. And he's very, I think he's a good guy. I was very much afraid to meet him for many years because of, I don't know, it's just because it was intimidating to me. And that went back to childhood, but he really is seems like a very nice person. And, he just has no filter. And it's something that I deal with a lot, working with older people. Older people tend to lose the filter, which in a way is good because you can hear their true feelings, but it's also like, oh my God, So anyway, just check that out. And I'm not going to be doing videos for a little while because I'm going to Florida in a couple days. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather is nice in Florida, and we eat some good food and have some warm weather, because I can't stand this cold. It's driving me nuts. February is not the best for me, but actually on Friday I'll be going to see the Beatles tribute, Strawberry Fields, so I'm looking forward to that. And anyway, I just wanted to talk about that Gene Simmons interview. Link in the description. Really good interview for a Kiss fan especially. All right, so have a great week. I'll see you next time in my Heavy Metal Kitchen. Bye-bye.